And I said, well, that's what I'm going to say, Rick. I thought maybe you knew that because we've already done a couple takes. And he's like, oh, okay. So he says, still, da-da-da-da. And I said, indeed. And it kind of sounded good. And I was like, indeed, O'Neill. And so that's kind of how it came about.
Any more questions? Where are we going? Yeah, I think we'll have the Jedi Knight in the middle. Oh, yeah. There's a mic right. There you go.
Hi, sorry, I was unprepared. Do you have any stories you're dying to tell about trying to keep a straight face, either of you? Yeah. I've seen the outtake videos. I love the outtake videos. I'd love to hear if you have any stories. Thank you.
I think probably the hardest time I ever had was when Dom DeLuise was on. I don't know why, but Dom just he liked the character, so his entire deal was to make me laugh. And when Dom DeLuise wants to make you laugh, you laugh. And Peter, his son, was directing, so they never cut. So, and Dom would go on and on and on, and it was just hilarious. And that's why I'm in the episode very little, because I couldn't keep a straight face. I mean, he didn't allow me to keep a straight face. So that was probably the toughest time that I ever had, was that episode. The rest of the time I just thought about my first wife, and that would put a frown on my face any day.
Well, I don't know if you guys know, but Chris and Rick are big practical jokers, and very partial to anything to do with farting. It's like, you know how you get people who are wine connoisseurs? They are fart connoisseurs. And so I had a really hard time because they would have competitions, and you try looking seductive when you're breathing on somebody and you just hear or worse, doing your bit and trying to look evil and just suddenly going, what? God, it smells like dead bird in here. What's going on? And then I just remember as well, Rick, when he was in the sarcophagus, farted so badly and so much. I don't know what he was doing or eating. And then we had this shot which was like, so for his close-up, he didn't do anything bad. And then mine, so the reverse, and I've got to look down at him, and every time this thing would open, there would just be this noxious fume. Oh my God, it was onions, anchovies, eggs, protein bars, burping, farting. It was a delight. So yeah, that was pretty hard, because I'd be like, and also you don't want to burst out laughing because, well, they could send you home. You don't want that. So yeah, but that I have to say is the hardest thing I've ever had to pull off, trying to be seductive while ensconced in eau de fart.
Hello, good afternoon. Have you ever been asked to either say or do anything in a script where you've gone, do you know what, they're paying me, and done it anyway?
Have you seen half my body of work?
Anything particularly cringe-worthy that you've, particularly cringe-worthy?
I'm not even going to say that.
Oh, go on.
There was one episode when, was it Ergo? When they made new ones of us, they made those replicas of us, and they couldn't make the teal'c one, and so it showed me in this kind of half-formed state. I just stripped naked, and the
How did that go?
It was good for me.
I mean, what happened exactly?
Well,
Yeah.
I feel weird. So these poor makeup girls had to get jars, tubs of Vaseline and smear it all over my body.
Regular Friday night down at the Judges.
And when I say all over my body, I mean all over my body.
Yeah, that
It was
must have
good
been-
for me. I don't know how they felt about it. But no, you know, it's like the first time I had ever actually like been nude, like in front of people. So it's just weird. Like it sounds good, but you know, when you gotta like walk around set like naked. I mean, I didn't have to walk around naked because they had a robe. I just chose to walk around naked.
When you've got it, you flaunt it. It's important.
So in the beginning, that was kind of.
The start of the new series Universe, and obviously it got cancelled because of poor ratings. There was
Because
a lot,
it was poorly written?
no because of poor ratings.
Oh.
Ratings, yeah.
I was like, wow, that's bold.
No, because of the poor ratings. But maybe about 3-4 years ago, they maybe start to realise it was either people watching online or pirating. And I want to know, what's your stance on how everything's now online and pirated and not pirated? What's your stance on that way of getting media these days?
Well, I really think that it just needs to be given credence to. You know, because the industry is not keeping up with technology, that is not technology's fault. And because they haven't found a way to monetize it, they've made it illegal. Now, I believe in people being compensated for whatever they do, don't get me wrong, but for entertainment, well, let's not even say, because music has found a way to do it, to peacefully coexist with the technology. And TV hasn't, and films haven't. So, I mean, I don't think that's the fault of, you know, it's available for us, and because they have all worse yet, refused to keep in step with the times and step with technology, I think that's the industry's fault, because there are definitely ways to make it so that everyone's happy, and they just have refused to do it.
I agree, and I think the industry has been particularly snobbish about it because technology is advancing so fast, and as you said, music has found the perfect way to do it. And in fact, I was saying earlier to somebody, one of the reasons like iTunes, as brilliant as it is, for films is terrible. And it's like, I think that is reflective across the board of like the film and television industry haven't caught up yet.
It make you kind of sit and like, scratch your head and wonder why they're struggling to keep up. Because if you look at the films through the ages, first it was the silent movies, then they incorporated sound into it, and it was black and white, then it moved on to colour, and all the other things, like then you've got high definition. So why are they not
That's why they're $4 billion in debt, because they can't keep up.
But the thing is, they do understand that, especially with sci-fi and fantasy, if you do download something and it's good, you'll still go pay to see it. So they understand it, but what they don't want to do is compensate. See, this is where the tricky part is. What they don't want to do is compensate us for it. So they will sell advertising to different. Let's say I don't even know the station on top of my head, but like they will still sell commercial time, but not want to pay us for it. So they found a way for them to make money, but they don't want to pass it along, right? So,
Thank you.
Any more questions? Where's my... Wait. Yeah, I think we'll go up the back there. Yeah, you go.
In all your time on the show, who were the best and the worst people to work with and why?
Ooh, best and the worst people to work with and why? What, Suanne was the worst and the best, was she?
I didn't have a bad experience on this show. I've had others, but not on this show. Everybody was fantastic. I mean, come on, what's not to love about your day where you're seducing 3 guys before lunch, you know? And then, oh no, we have to go back and do it again. Got to film in beautiful Vancouver. It was, so, and what a lovely, truly lovely cast and crew. So on this one, I don't have any bad experiences. I could tell you stories that would make your toes curl on some of the others, but that's for another day.
Yeah, we really took pride in having fun. So in the beginning, that's how people got weeded out. If you were someone who like yelled and stuff on set, literally they take you aside and fire you that day. And it was known that if you can treat each other with your fellow coworker with respect and have some fun, have some laughs, you're out. And that's how we kind of ended up with the directors that we had from, season 3 or 4 on. We used the same directors for the run of the show, because any director who came and yelled at the crew, yelled at actors or anything, you were fired. So that really was the number one priority for us, is that our set be fun and comfortable and respectful. So we really didn't have any bad experiences on set, and if there ever was one, it wouldn't last long, because they would be fired.
That's what I've heard. Really, for other people I've met from Stargate, it was just like it was one big family, and even like people that you would have coming back, like Dan Payne, who came back numerous times under numerous prostate. He said it was like I remember him saying something about he'd done one episode and then he came back to do the Super Soldier, and he didn't think anyone would remember him, and Amanda Tappen round the corner saw him and just said, "Hi Dan, welcome back, how you doing?" And it was just like coming back like the next day.
Yeah, that's very true, because I had a big gap as well, and even though I was playing the same person, but same thing, and you just don't know, because movies and TV are such a weird thing anyway. You spend a really, really intense period of time together all day for sometimes 6 to 8 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever, you guys even longer, and then you're gone, and as a guest star you don't really necessarily see those people ever again, so you become quite intimate quite quickly and then don't ever see each other again. And I also thought, I'm going to have to go